Today, on Be Something Wonderful, manifesting with the law of assumption, the Neville Got It way. I am your host, Tom Caron, and this is the Be Something Wonderful studio of higher consciousness, where we help you level up and become the best version of yourself. Creators, welcome back. I got an email from a subscriber who said, Tom, I'm new to your channel and I've been watching your videos since yesterday. And here's my question. For me, manifesting's always felt like a struggle. It's felt like a game of chance, that it requires a little skill, but it's mostly luck. Sometimes I get what I want, most of the time I don't. And I was just wondering, can you unpack this a little bit more? I mean, how can I make it seamless and easy and really manifest the life of my dreams? Well, guys, we're going to unpack this today and more. Here's what I want to say, is that manifesting, living the life of your dreams, being who you are is your natural state. You don't need luck because you are luck. Hear this. You don't ever need luck because you are luck. You don't need skill because you are skill. It's who you are. It's your natural state. This is where that powerful law of assumption comes in. Whatever you assume your life to be, that's the way it will be. That's how powerful you are. That's how powerful this law is. So let's unpack it a little bit more. Here's what Neville says. What you see when you look at something depends not so much on what is there as on the assumption you make when you look. Hear this. This is the law of assumption, right? It's the assumption that you make when you look. Everything in your world is based on how you see yourself and you see the world, right? And then what you believe to be the real physical world is actually only an assumptive world. That's the law of assumption. The law of assumption equals your assumptions that create reality. Your assumptions create your world. You don't get what you want, you get who you are. Hear this. Neville Goddard says this quite a bit, and most of the spiritual teachers say this, but I want to unpack it in a way that it's never been unpacked before today, right? You don't get what you want, you get who you are. You actually get your reactions to the world and to yourself and to who you're being. And that's how you know what your assumptions are. You know your assumptions by your reactions to the world around you, by your reactions to your own feelings that come up. That's how you know what assumptions you're making about the world. If they're negative feelings and negative emotions, then your assumptions are negative assumptions about yourself and about the world. Isn't that a beautiful thing? That's how you can check your assumptions. When you change your assumptions, you change your life experience. Your world gets turned upside down. It's no longer a game of chance. It's no longer a game of luck because you are the luck. You are the game. You are the skill. Wow, that's powerful. So let's take a look at this. Let's take a look at the bogus assumptions. Look at your assumptions or your beliefs or your thoughts. It's the same thing, right? This is your old state. This is what you're saying. It's taking a long time. I haven't seen any results. I'm not sure I'm doing it right. Manifesting an SP is hard, right? Or manifesting anything is hard. This is what I'm hearing. Right? I'm hearing this, or I'm hearing that I'm not sure I got the feeling of the wish fulfilled. Or when I declare something, I don't feel it. I don't feel anything. Right? So here's what I want to know. Here's what I want to say, and this is huge. That Neville always says faith is the feeling, but somehow we can't get our head wrapped around the idea of belief and faith for some reason. Instead, know this. Knowing is the feeling. And how do you know? By the assumptions you're making about yourself and the world. Once you know, knowing is the feeling. Knowing is the feeling of wish fulfilled. Once you know it, that you get whatever you assume, then you are invincible. This is incredible, right? Your experience, your assumptions is the evidence. So you don't even have to go around looking for evidence, right? Whatever comes up, if you perceive that as a negative experience, check your assumptions. because you're assuming something negative. Instead, so instead, make assumptions. Everything manifest. I see results instantly. I manifest easily. It's easy to assume and manifest whatever I want. I know I'm doing it perfectly. Life always works out for me. Everything always goes my way. Those are the powerful assumptions that are instantly manifested in your experience. Because why? Because when you make those assumptions, you move instantly to the state of where all your desires are. You get so bogged down in the desires and so bogged down in the actual wish that you're missing the forest for the trees. Hear this, right? You're getting bogged down with that, and then you start making these assumptions, and some of them are unconscious. You don't even know you're making them because you're focused on seeing evidence in the 3D world. So you start making assumptions around that. Instead, focus within, on your state within. Focus on these positive, invincible assumptions. And then you're going to have more evidence than you ever will need, right? And it's instant, right? Your assumptions equal your life experience equals your proof or the evidence of the law. Hear that. Your life experience immediately changes when you make these assumptions. That I'm invincible, that life is easy, that I always get what I want, that it always works out with me. Deny that other stuff that comes up. Reject it outright. If it's not according to your assumption, ignore it. Right? Turn away from it. Turn within to your assumptions. That's what it means to stay faithful to your assumptions. Stay faithful to your knowing. Knowing is the feeling. Right? And then have fun. When a thought pops up that's negative, assume the opposite. Say, oh, good. This means that means if that thought's negative, that means I must have an assumption that's negative. And it's easy to check your assumptions. Right? You don't have to go dig up beliefs in your subconscious. Right? You can just look at your assumptions that you're consciously making about your life right now. When you do that, then you know behind that thought is a negative assumption. And it will be right there, right out in the wide open, right? For you to change immediately, assume something new, right? When you change your assumptions, you change your thoughts and you change your world, right? Be fearless. Assume the opposite. As soon as you start saying, oh man, I don't have money, it's going to be a rough month this month, change it to the opposite. I have more abundance than I'll ever need. It's going to be a great month no matter what. Then it changes your life experience. When? Immediately. Right? This is how you do it. Right? So, rise above. Here's what I want to say. Rise above the struggle to manifest your wish and desire. Rise above looking for immediate results in a 3D world. Get your immediate results from your assumptions. And that moves you immediately to the state where your desires are. Right? That's an immediate manifestation. You immediately move to the state where your wishes and desires are. Then it's inevitable that you'll run into them because you're in that state. Right? Hear this. You are manifesting them instantly. Because once you instantly move to that state by changing your assumptions to match your wish fulfilled, you're instantly in that state. Even if a negative thought comes up, now you can check your assumptions. And you can do it in a fun way. Say, gotcha. Yeah, that's not my assumption. This is my assumption. That's how you do it. Now you're in the state. Now you're gonna run into it. You're in the same room now as your assumptions and your wish fulfilled. Your wish fulfilled and your desires. You can't miss them. You're gonna run right into them, right? Get excited. It's an opportunity now to check your assumptions when something negative or contrary pops up. That's exciting. Don't accept anything contrary to your wish fulfilled. Be loyal to your assumption. Right? Something negative pops up. Be faithful to that assumption. Go, gotcha. That's not my assumption, right? Don't accept waiting for your desire. Assume that you can manifest instantly because you can. You can move to that state instantly where your desire is. Then that has to manifest. right? The more you say it's hard, or I still don't see my SP, or manifesting is difficult, or it takes long, or that 3D thing, I don't know how to overcome that 3D time difference. All of that is an assumption. It's an assumptive world. Hear Neville say that. It's an assumptive world. That's how you create. Stop assuming those things, and you won't see those things. Wow, that's big, right? Stop looking for evidence. Be the evidence. Be the evidence of your life. Be the evidence of your wish fulfilled. Be the evidence of your desire, because you are, right? That's the only evidence you ever need. And say it, right? I live a charmed life. I always manifest what I want. Everything always works out for me. When events pop up that seem negative or contrary, I restate my assumptions and I turn to my wish fulfilled. I turn away from that false state, from that bogus belief, from that bogus assumption, right? That's how you rise above the struggle, right? Remember, feeling is knowing. That's how you get there. Don't struggle to feel anything if you're not feeling it. Just know it, right? And then when you know it, you're going to have all sorts of great feelings. Why? Because in that knowing is that joy, is that peace beyond all understanding, is that excitement that you're a creator of your own reality. That's all there when you assume that you know it, because you do. You are it, right? You are luck. You don't have to look for luck or wish for luck or have luck. You are luck, right? You were born lucky. We're all born under a lucky star, right? Detach completely. Here's a big point on this. And I'm going to cover three simple steps of the law of assumption. But the third step is the biggest, right? Well, let's hit the first one. First, observe your assumption and your reactions to the people invented circumstances. Observe what your assumptions are right now, right? And this is easy. Just observe your life around you. And if there's anything negative, there's a negative assumption behind it, change the assumption, right? Create new assumptions that match your wish fulfilled. The new state is where your desire is. Then, the most important step, probably the most critical, detach completely from that old state of being based on your old limiting assumptions. Don't go back to those old assumptions. If something negative comes up, look to the assumption and change the assumption. Right? Deny that. Don't resist it. Don't resist anything, right? I'm not saying resist. I'm saying deny that it exists. Turn from it and know that you've made a bogus assumption and make a new assumption. Don't resist anything, right? Just let it be. Turn away from it. Deny it. Go and point your consciousness to your wish fulfilled, to assumptions that support or match your wish fulfilled. And then, I guess 4 steps, I added one. Attach and persist into that higher state by assuming you are all that you want to be. Be faithful to your new state and your new assumptions. So 4 steps, right? Most talk about 3. I added one because a lot of times they combine steps 3 and 4. I think it's important to look at those, right? And they're not really steps, guys. You're going to do this all at once. It's going to be intuitive, right? You're going to know what your assumptions and reactions are to the people. How do you know what your assumptions are? Look at your reactions to the people, events, and circumstances in your life. If they're negative, then you have negative assumptions about your life. And then you can change those to positive immediately. Go to the opposite, right? And then create those new assumptions. Match your wish fulfilled. Have fun doing it, right? I spotted that negative assumption, right? Then detach from your old state. That's really where we get stuck. We want to hold on to the old while we have our foot, while we have our toes in the new state. You've got to go fully into that new state. Drop all those negative assumptions. Right? Now it doesn't matter what comes up. A conversation that you have with someone, if it starts annoying you or frustrating you, then you must be assuming something from that old state. Check your assumptions. If some news comes up that shakes you or seems bad, like bad news, then it's your assumption. You're assuming something that's bogus. That's what we're talking about. That's how easy it is. Detach from that old state, right? Those are based on those old limiting assumptions, and attach to, persist in your higher state by assuming you are all that you want to be, right? Catch yourself. As soon as you're thinking, oh, this is taking so long, I don't know why it takes so long to manifest, that's a bogus assumption. Change the assumption. As soon as you state and declare those positive assumptions, that becomes your life experience. Remember, it's an assumptive world. Right? You're looking at the world through those assumptions. So what you see is what you assume to see. Wow, that's big. Know that you're creating it in every moment. Really, guys, that's manifesting with the law of assumption, the Neville Goddard way. I am your host, Tom Caron, and this is the Be Something Wonderful studio of Higher Consciousness, where we help you level up and become the best version of yourself. Don't forget to subscribe. Hit the notification button, like and share our videos. That's how we get our message out. Hit us up on Facebook at Be Something Wonderful, on Instagram and Twitter at Tom Caron, our website at tomcaron.com or BeSomethingWonderful.com, or write me anytime at info@BeSomethingWonderful.com. I would love to hear from you. Until next time, with great love, this is Tom. See you soon.